They mocked human technology. Now it's the only thing that can save them. The Quantum Heretic. Dr. Zara Okafor's fingers trembled as she made the final calibration to the quantum consciousness matrix. The device hummed with an energy that seemed to bend reality around its crystalline core, casting impossible shadows that moved independent of any light source. After 15 years of research, she was moments away from proving that consciousness itself could manipulate the fundamental structure of space-time. Zara, you need to see this. Captain Marcus Vale's voice carried an urgency that made her stomach clench. She turned from her work to find him standing in the laboratory doorway, his usually composed military bearing cracked by whatever news he carried. The holographic datapad in his hands pulsed with the red priority markers reserved for galactic emergencies. The Federation Council voted, Marcus said without preamble. Resolution 2847 passed with an 83% majority. All quantum consciousness research is now classified as a Category 5 existential threat. Zara felt the blood drain from her face. Category 5 was reserved for technologies capable of ending civilizations. That's impossible. My research could revolutionize medicine, energy production, even faster than light communication. How can they? They're terrified, Marcus interrupted, stepping closer. Even after 2 years together, his presence still made her heart race. The way his green eyes softened when he looked at her, the careful way he moved his scarred hands, reminders of battles fought in humanity's name. Ambassador, Caney just transmitted the full proceedings. The Veltar Consortium called your work reality cancer. The crystalline hierarchs claimed it could unravel the ordered universe. Zara sank into her chair, the weight of implications crushing down on her. 15 years of work, breakthrough, discoveries that could elevate humanity to new heights of achievement, dismissed by species who had hoarded their own technological advantages for millennia. There's more, Marcus said gently, kneeling beside her chair. Earth has 48 hours to surrender all quantum consciousness research and submit to permanent Federation oversight of our scientific programs. Or immediate expulsion from the Federation, complete trade embargo, military quarantine of all human colonies. The laboratory's quantum field sensors chimed with an incoming transmission. Admiral Thorne's weathered face materialized in the holographic display, his expression granite hard. Behind him, the bridge of the UES Defiance buzzed with activity. Dr. Okafor, Captain Vale. Thorne's voice carried the weight of command and barely contained fury. I assume you've heard about the Federation's ultimatum. Yes, sir, Marcus replied, standing at attention. What are your orders? President Morrison has authorized Protocol 7. We're pulling out. Thorne's jaw tightened. Every human ship, every research station, every diplomatic mission. In 72 hours, humanity will be completely withdrawn from Federation space. Zara's mind reeled. Protocol 7 was theoretical, a complete severance of all galactic ties. It had never been implemented because the economic and technological consequences would be catastrophic. Admiral, she said, finding her voice, if we withdraw now, we'll lose access to Federation databases, their energy networks, their condescension, Thorne cut her off, their technological gatekeeping, their fear of human innovation. His eyes fixed on her through the hologram. Doctor, your research has just become humanity's most classified project. You have 48 hours to download everything. Every calculation, every theoretical framework, every experimental result. If the Federation wants us gone, we'll show them what human ingenuity looks like without their oversight. The transmission ended, leaving Zara and Marcus alone with the magnitude of what was happening. Around them, the laboratory that had been her life's work suddenly felt like a tomb. We need to move fast, Marcus said, already activating the lab's data systems. Other research teams across the colonies are doing the same. If we're going into exile, we're taking our knowledge with us. For the next 18 hours, they worked without rest. Zara's breakthrough research on consciousness-matter interaction, her theoretical models of reality manipulation, experimental data that pushed the boundaries of known physics, all of it copied onto quantum encrypted storage cores that could survive anything short of stellar annihilation. Other scientists throughout human space were doing the same. Dr. Elena Voss's work on zero-point energy harvesting, Dr. James Burke's transdimensional mathematics, the collective genius of humanity's greatest minds, preserved against the Federation's fear-driven censorship. As the deadline approached, Marcus found Zara standing before her quantum consciousness matrix, watching the impossible interplay of energy and thought that her device made visible. "Regrets?" he asked, moving to stand beside her. "Only that they couldn't see the potential," she replied. This technology could have benefited every species in the galaxy. Medical applications that could eliminate genetic diseases, energy systems that could power entire civilizations, communication networks that transcend space and time. Marcus took her hand, his calloused fingers intertwining with hers. Maybe that's exactly what they were afraid of. Humans have only been in space for 2 centuries, and we've already developed technology that threatens their established order. The laboratory's communication array activated one final time. Zeltar, the Veltar Consortium's chief science advisor, appeared in the holographic display. Its crystalline form pulsed with what Zara had learned to recognize as barely contained hostility. "Dr. Okafor," Zeltar's synthesized voice carried undertones of disgust. "Your species' reckless experimentation ends now. The technologies you have developed violate the fundamental principles of stable reality. They must be destroyed." "My research could benefit everyone," Zara replied, meeting the alien's multifaceted gaze. "Why destroy knowledge that could advance all our civilizations?" "Because," Zeltar's form flared brighter, "your advancement threatens the natural order that has maintained galactic stability for 10,000 years. Consciousness was never meant to directly manipulate matter. Reality was never meant to be malleable. Your species treats the universe like a toy to be disassembled and rebuilt according to your whims. And your species treats knowledge like a weapon to be hoarded," Zara shot back. "How many civilizations could have benefited from Veltar crystal technology? How many problems could have been solved with hierarchist computational methods? But you keep your discoveries locked away, parceling out just enough to maintain your positions of power." Zeltar's form dimmed, and for a moment Zara thought she detected something almost like respect in its posture. "You understand more than most of your kind, Dr. Okafor. But understanding does not change necessity. Your research ends here." "No," Zara said quietly, her hand finding the quantum matrix's activation controls. "My research goes with me." The device flared to life, consciousness-driven energy cascading through the laboratory in patterns that made nearby matter shimmer and shift. For just a moment, Zara felt her awareness expand beyond the confines of her physical form, touching the quantum substrate that underlay all existence. Zeltar recoiled, its crystalline structure actually cracking under the influence of the human-generated field. "Impossible. Consciousness cannot." The transmission cut as the alien's communication array overloaded. Zara slowly powered down the matrix, her point made clear. "They'll never forgive us for that," Marcus said, though his voice carried more admiration than concern. "Good," Zara replied, beginning the final shutdown sequence. "Let them remember what they're losing when they cast us out." As the last human ships departed Federation space, Zara stood on the observation deck of the UES Prometheus, watching the stars that had once welcomed humanity's exploration, now closed to them by political fear and technological jealousy. "What happens now?" she asked. Marcus joined her at the viewport, his arm sliding around her waist. "Now we build something better, without their restrictions, without their oversight, without their fear holding us back." In the distance, other human vessels disappeared into hyperspace, carrying with them the seeds of technologies that the galaxy had rejected. Zara smiled, pressing closer to Marcus as they headed toward an uncertain but limitless future. "They called me a heretic," she murmured. "Then let's see what heretics can accomplish when no one's watching." The stars ahead seemed to pulse with infinite possibility. When the stars went dark, Commander Luna Rodriguez pressed her palm against the viewport of the UES Vanguard, watching the impossible sight before her with a mixture of awe and terror. Where the Altarian star system had existed just 48 hours ago, there was now only emptiness, not darkness, but true void, as if space itself had been carved away. Gravitational readings are completely null, Dr. Tobias Grant reported from his science station, his usually steady voice cracking with disbelief. Even after 3 years of marriage, Luna still found comfort in his presence, but today his brilliant mind seemed as shaken as her own. It's not just that the stars are gone, Luna. The fabric of space-time has been deleted. Behind them, the bridge crew worked in tense silence. 5 years had passed since humanity's exile from the Galactic Federation. 5 years of building, something extraordinary in the darkness between stars. Their ships now incorporated technology that would have been considered impossible by Federation standards. Quantum consciousness drives, reality-anchored hulls, weapons that could rewrite the laws of physics in localized areas. How many systems? Luna asked, though she dreaded the answer. 17 confirmed, came the reply from Lieutenant Hayes at Communications. The Veltar Consortium's homeworlds, 3 crystalline hierarchist colonies, and... She paused, her face pale. The Federation capital at Nexus Prime. Luna felt the blood drain from her face. Nexus Prime was the heart of galactic civilization, home to 40 billion beings from across the galaxy. If it was truly gone, then whatever was consuming star systems had just declared war on existence itself. Commander, Dr. Grant's voice was tight with controlled panic. Long-range sensors are detecting the phenomenon spreading. It's not random, there's a pattern, a purpose. Whatever this is, it's systematically consuming everything in its path. The bridge's communication array chimed with an incoming transmission on a frequency that hadn't been used in 5 years. The Federation emergency channel. Luna hesitated for a moment, then nodded to Hayes. Ambassador Nix Chen's face appeared on the main screen, her usually immaculate diplomatic composure cracked by desperation. Behind her, the Federation Council chambers buzzed with barely controlled chaos. Commander Rodriguez, Nix said without preamble, I'm transmitting with the full authority of the Emergency Federation Council. We need to speak with your leadership. Immediately. The Federation made its position clear 5 years ago, Luna replied coolly. We were branded as dangerous heretics and expelled from civilized space. What's changed? Nix's composure finally broke entirely. Everything's changed. The Devourer, that's what we're calling it, has consumed 18 star systems in the past week. Our most advanced weapons can't even detect it, let alone harm it. Our shields, our evacuation protocols, our entire defensive infrastructure might as well be children's toys. And you think humanity can help? We think humanity might be the only ones who can help. Nix's voice dropped to a whisper. The quantum consciousness technology we banned, the reality manipulation research we called heretical, our scientists believe it might be the only thing that can fight this thing. Luna glanced at Tobias, who nodded grimly. They had both suspected this moment would come, though not under such catastrophic circumstances. I'll need to speak with our leadership, Luna said. But Ambassador, after 5 years of exile, why should we risk our people to save those who cast us out? Because, Nix replied, her eyes holding depths of desperation Luna had never seen in a diplomat. If we don't stop this thing, there won't be a galaxy left to save. The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in heavy silence. Luna stood for a long moment, processing the magnitude of what they were facing. The same civilizations that had feared humanity's technological advancement were now begging for its protection. Set course for the Titan shipyards, she finally ordered. Maximum, quantum drive. We need to brief the council. As the Vanguard entered hyperspace, Luna retreated to her quarters to find Tobias already there, studying preliminary data on the Devourer phenomenon. Tell me we have something, she said, settling beside him on their shared couch. We have theories, Tobias replied, pulling up holographic displays that showed the pattern of system consumption. Whatever this is, it's not bound by conventional physics. It's consuming matter, energy, and information simultaneously. essentially editing sections of the universe out of existence. Luna studied the data, her military mind automatically searching for patterns and weaknesses. But our technology might be able to fight it? Our quantum consciousness matrices create localized reality fields, Tobias explained, his excitement growing despite the grim circumstances. If the Devourer operates by rewriting universal constants, our tech might be able to counter-rewrite them. We're essentially fighting revision with revision. And if we're wrong, Tobias took her hand, his thumb tracing the wedding ring she wore, a simple band of human-forged metal that had become more precious than any Federation luxury. Then we'll face the end together, knowing we tried. The Titan shipyards materialized, around them like a mechanical constellation, humanity's greatest achievement floating in the deep void between galaxies. Here, free from Federation oversight, human ingenuity had exploded into new dimensions of possibility. Engineer Dante Cross met them at the docking bay, his face grim but determined. Once Dr. Zara Okafor's most promising student, he had spent the past 5 years pushing the boundaries of consciousness-driven technology even further than his mentor had dreamed. "Commander Dr. Grant," Dante nodded as they disembarked. "I assume you've heard about the Federation's request for assistance?" "We have," Luna replied. "What's the status of our defensive capabilities?" "Better than they know, worse than we need," Dante said, leading them through corridors that hummed with barely contained energy. "The Prometheus-class dreadnoughts we've built incorporate full quantum consciousness integration. Their hulls exist in a state of controlled reality, flux making them nearly indestructible by conventional means." They entered the primary engineering bay, where the crown jewel of human achievement took shape. The UES Defiance, named for humanity's refusal to bow to Federation demands, stretched nearly 2 kilometers in length, its hull seeming to shift and flow like liquid metal given form. "My God," Tobias breathed, his scientific mind struggling to process the engineering marvel before them. "It's beautiful." "It's necessary," Dante corrected. "Every system on this ship is consciousness integrated. The weapons don't just fire energy, they fire conceptual force. The shields don't just deflect matter, they deflect the very idea of harm." Luna walked closer to the vessel, feeling an almost magnetic pull toward its quantum-active hull. Will it be enough? Against conventional threats? The Defiance could take on the entire Federation fleet and win. Dante's expression darkened. Against something that can delete star systems from existence? We're about to find out. The shipyard's communication array activated, and Dr. Zara Okafor's image appeared on the massive display surrounding them. Even at 45, she retained the fierce intelligence that had made her humanity's most brilliant scientist. Beside her stood Captain Marcus Vale, now Admiral Vale, his military bearing unchanged by 5 years of commanding humanity's shadow fleet. "Commander Rodriguez," Zara said without preamble, "we've been monitoring Federation communications. The situation is worse than they're admitting." "How much worse?" Luna asked. "The Devourer isn't just consuming matter and energy," Marcus replied. "It's consuming the quantum information that defines reality in those regions. When a star system disappears, it's not destroyed, it's retroactively prevented from ever existing." The implications hit Luna like a physical blow. "You're saying it's editing the past?" "We're saying it's editing everything," Zara confirmed. "Past, present, future, all simultaneously. The only reason we remember the consumed systems is because our quantum consciousness technology creates localized temporal anchor points." Dante stepped forward, his face pale but determined. "Dr. Okafor, if we're going to fight this thing, we need to accelerate the Defiance's construction." "How long do we have?" "Based on the consumption pattern, 3 weeks before it reaches the outer Federation territories," Zara replied. 6 weeks before it reaches human space. "Then we work around the clock," Luna decided. "Every engineer, every physicist, every consciousness tech specialist. We build not just one ship but a fleet." "Commander," Marcus's voice carried the weight of hard-earned wisdom, "there's something else." The Federation has agreed to share their complete technological databases with us. Every secret they've hoarded for millennia, every breakthrough they've hidden from younger species, all of it, in exchange for our help. Luna couldn't help but smile grimly. Ironic, isn't it? They spent centuries treating us like children too dangerous to handle advanced technology. Now they're offering us everything they have. Pride, Tobias observed quietly, is a luxury the dying can't afford. As if summoned by their conversation, the emergency channel activated again. This time it wasn't Ambassador Chen who appeared, but Zeltar itself, the same Veltar Consortium representative who had condemned humanity's research 5 years earlier. The crystalline being's form flickered with what Luna had learned to recognize as barely contained panic. "Humans," it said, its synthesized voice carrying undertones of desperation. "Our home systems are gone. 12 billion of my people erased, from existence as if they never were." "I'm sorry for your loss," Luna replied, and meant it. Despite their past conflicts, the magnitude of genocide was beyond political differences. "We were wrong," Zeltar continued, its form dimming with what might have been shame. "Your technology, your quantum consciousness research, we called it heretical because we feared it would upset the natural order. But there is no natural order anymore. There is only survival or extinction." "What are you asking of us?" Luna said. "Help us," Zeltar replied simply. "Not as subjects or allies, but as equals. Combine your consciousness technology with our crystal matrices, with the hierarchists' computational networks, with every advanced system in the galaxy. Build something that can fight the unthinkable." Luna looked around at her team, at Tobias with his brilliant analytical mind, at Dante with his revolutionary engineering, at the images of Zara and Marcus who had led humanity through its darkest hour. All of them nodded. "We'll help," Luna said finally. "But when this is over, when we've saved what's left of the galaxy, things change. No more exile, no more technological gatekeeping, no more treating humanity like dangerous children." "If we survive this," Zeltar replied, "we will rebuild galactic civilization on principles of cooperation, not fear." As the transmission ended, Luna turned to address her team. "You heard the situation. We have 6 weeks to build a fleet capable of fighting something that can edit reality itself. Ideas?" Dante stepped forward first. "We scale up the consciousness, integration. Not just individual ships, but entire fleets operating as a single quantum entity. A collective consciousness that can match the Devourer's reality editing capabilities. The Federation databases will give us access to computational power we've never dreamed of," Tobias added. "We can model scenarios, test theories, push our technology beyond its current limits." "And if we fail?" Luna asked. Zara's voice came from the display, carrying the same determination that had driven her through 5 years of exile. "Then we fail fighting for the future of consciousness itself. But we won't fail. Human ingenuity combined with the best of galactic technology, unleashed without fear or restriction. The universe has never seen anything like what we're about to create." Luna nodded, feeling the weight of command settle on her shoulders. Around her, humanity's greatest minds prepared to forge weapons from the very fabric of thought and reality. "Then let's get to work," she said. "We have a galaxy to save." In the depths of space, something vast and hungry continued its systematic consumption of existence, unaware that its next meal would finally fight back with the power of consciousness itself.